If you do start and you feel like, you don't feel warm enough, you're welcome to go back and do part 1. Otherwise, this is also really good just to do on its own independently. So we'll start ourselves in down dog. Broaden through your fingers and your toes as if you could grow both from the heels of the hand and the foot. So this is Hasta and Padabandha, an energetic lock. So you're not just kind of on the mat, and then exhale, draw your knee towards your nose, round through your back body, create flexion in the front of the wrist as you bring your shoulder forwards, or water, whatever kind of analogy helps you to move slowly through something thick around you. So it's like you can feel the 3-dimensional space of the air around you, and it's difficult, it's thick to move through. So you create this resistance within your own body. This helps us activate the muscles as we move through the synovial fluid of the shoulder. Good, make this the last one. Squeeze, hold, belly. The neck is still long and the crown of the head extends forwards like the skin of a drum. Exhale, fold forwards, allow yourself to melt down into the thighs. Micro bend your knees, lock your thumbs together. Inhale, come up to stand, raise the arms up. And then extend the arms high. This is good. Some people might even want to add a little back bend here, but only if it really serves you. Then as you exhale, make this the last one. Squeeze the elbows. Release both hands. Step back, downward facing dog. Squeeze the belly to the back of the spine. Find your drishti. Your drishti is a focus point. It helps you bring this one-pointedness of your mind. It helps us invite this meditative aspect to our practice. So your drishti, your focus point here would be the belly or the space between the big toes. Slide forwards to a plank position. Release the hands. Press into your fingertips. Keep the elbows out. If at home you're doing this and it just feels really uncomfortable, like you can't quite reach the floor, you can bring your hand onto bricks or onto bucks or onto a bolster, and that's going to give you a little more space for those of you that maybe feel that this is a little too deep. Take the hands forwards, come to downward facing dog. Inhale, extend your left leg, 3-legged dog. Draw the knee towards the nose, round through the back body. Step the foot between the right knee and reach back with the right hand. Try to keep your shoulders and your hips square, so there's a tendency to open out to the right side, but here you want to remain square. Roll the flesh of your right thigh forwards, and then feel like you're hugging your left hamstring towards your left heel, and your right hip forwards to your front heel. Keep pulling the belly in. Feel this lift. So the belly button is lifting out of the bowl of the pelvis. Release both hands. Step your right foot next to your left, forward fold. Inhale, look forwards, grow thumbs. Inhale, come all the way to stand. Maybe add a back bend if that feels beneficial. Exhale, release the hands behind you, interlock 10 fingers. Squeeze the heels of the hands together. Roll the flesh of the biceps apart to activate the muscles between the shoulders. Fold yourself forwards. And again, grow yourself long all the way down to the earth. The sky. And then feel that you're grounding down to the supporting leg. Take one more big breath. Before releasing both hands, step back downward towards the nose. Step the foot between the hands. Look for the sensation of the flesh of your left thigh rolling forwards, the tailbone anchoring back, and the chest growing long. Good. And then lengthen the skin of your left hip and your left hip bone back. And then as you twist, bring a buoyancy to this left thigh, almost like a float in water, so it's almost difficult to let it go. And then begin to rotate from the axis of your pelvis so that it's like you're trying to stack your right ribs directly on top of your left. Then use this activation of the hands together, Hasta Bandha, thumbs rooting towards the middle of your belly to twist even more. Some of you that feel more flexible, option to drop your left hand outside of the right foot and then extend the right arm high. That's going to help twist you even further, but only if it feels good. So if you come here and decide it doesn't serve you, just bring the hands back together. Contract the belly, and then take your right hand to your lower back. Use the strength of your legs, come up to stand. Left arm lifts up, and then over the left ear. Bend the elbow behind you. And then use this feedback of the hand in the head and the neck and the neck in the hand to reach back and stretch your left tricep. And then slide this right hand all the way down your left knee. And then from here, if it feels comfortable, you might even begin to rotate to the right side and stretch deeper into the left intercostal muscles. So these are the muscles that run within your ribs. Take a big breath, contract the belly, and then open the arms wide so you're still facing the right side. Lean forwards with the left foot and then float the back leg. And the more you can keep this right knee bent, as tempting as it is to straighten it, the more that you'll have to activate the quadricep in your hamstring. Take one more big breath, soften the mat. And then slow motion, step back, downward facing dog. Good, find this arching into the upper back. Squeeze the elbows firmly towards one another and extend the sternum bone broad. Hug the ribs in, take the hands forwards, downward facing dog. Left side. Inhale, extend the left leg, three-legged dog. Draw the knee towards the nose. Good, step the foot between the hands. And then kick the trying to extend the flesh of your inner adductor all the way from the groin to the kneecap back behind you. And then as you do so, pull your right hip back, put your chest forwards. Press into the left foot, raise up, high lunge. Your shoulders and the back of your right hip would touch that wall. Some of you might want to extend the arms just to go a little bit deeper, but only if it serves you, only if it feels good. And then wherever you are, contract your belly. Take your left hand to your lower back. Slide yourself up to stand, taking your right arm up and over, taking it behind your head. Good. Begin to communicate with your hand in your neck to see how that feels, and then maybe begin to extend. Slide the left arm down the right leg. Extend the right elbow even higher and stretch into the side. Begin to lean forwards into floating half moon. Floating that right leg. Good. Contract, take one more big breath. Feel like everything is hugging to the central axis of your pelvis. Step back, the knee to the nose. Step the foot between the hands. Step the left foot to meet. And then raise your arms, chair pose. Pull the tailbone down. And then pressing firmly into your right foot. Wrap your left leg over your right. Now wrap your left arm under your right arm, come into eagle bind. And then from here, manipulate the skin of your arm so that they roll out away from one another. Try to extend the fingers nice and high. And then find this roundness in your shoulders almost. And then again, like a vacuum, pull the belly to the back of the spine. So from here for this whole sequence, if you want to use a brick, you would have a brick in front of your right foot. Unravel the arms and the leg. Slow motion without touching the ground, you'll come to half moon. Right hand down to your brick or to the mat, or floating if you feel particularly fancy. Good, and then extend, stack the shoulders, telescope the ribcage. Breath, try not to clench your teeth. And each time you inhale, feel this extension, this expansion. So the diaphragm is lifting and the lungs are expanding. As you exhale, feel this sense that the front of the muscle walls are hugging back to the back of the spine, like a vacuum pulling in. Contract, again, unravel, half moon. Press firmly into the right leg. Kick back through the back heel. Good. Then again, extend the tailbone, telescope the ribs open, breathe into the side of the waist.